just went a bit like pigs in mud, really, just wallowing in this wonderful original Australian music. And we're just so thankful that Steve Kilbey is coming back to our little barn of a place here. We're so grateful to him, but we are truly honoured that he would come here. It's just an extraordinary thing. Please make sure that he knows how much we love it that he is here. Put your hands together for Steve Kilbey.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wait till Barnsley finds out I've sold out Avoca Beach Theatre 3 times. Almost. An evening with moi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sort of like, I'm winging it a bit because I was doing, that greatest hit show of the church. And then I thought, I can't do that 3 times in a row. Someone's going, why not? And so look, what I'm doing is I'm going to do a set of my own stuff, all my collabs, and then I'm going to have a break, and I'm going to come back and play a set of the church. I hope that's all right with you. I am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am Stephen John Kilbey. I was born in Welwyn Garden City, Hertfordshire, in England in 1954. When I was 3 years old, I went up to my father and said, Dad, I'd like a career in rock and roll. He said, we better leave London and go straight to Dapto, New South Wales. So I owe it all to Dapto, really. I have many musical adventures. My first gig ever was at the Wollongong Poetry Estate when I was 6 years old. And there were 50 kids reciting their poems, and I came second last. It was not an auspicious start, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to get straight into my solo thing now. After many trials and tribulations, one day I came across this character, Grant McLennan. Do anybody here know who that is, Grant McLennan? Yep. He had that song that went up and down, round and round. You know that song? Yes. He had that song, and I met him, and he said, Stephen, we should write some songs together. And we did. And both my albums I did with him back in like 90 and 93, they're coming out, they're being re-released soon, and an album full of rarities, stuff like that. And I've started, I made a documentary about us. I had one of those camcorders. Hamcorder would have been better than camcorder. And I filmed Grant and we did a tour of America, and I film this, get other people to film it. I watched it the other night. It's going to be sort of re-released. And Grant had this amazing way of when he disapproved of something, he'd blow a cigarette. He smoked incessantly. I never saw him eat food. He just smoked, drank wine, and drank coffee. And when he heard something he thought was ludicrous, he'd blow the smoke out. Like, he'd look at you going, like that. Anyway, I'm going to give you a couple of songs that we wrote together. So this one's called I Thought That I Was Over You. That was an auspicious start. Somebody's hand was up your dress. You were showing up good time. You're over there, you got me there. From my point of view, well it depends. I thought that I was over you. I thought that I was over you. Can't you hear the phone is ringing? Can't you see the train has come? Can't you hear the seraphim singing? The devil beating on his drum. I thought that I was over you. I thought that I was over you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I witnessed Grant pull off a few miraculous things. And one day he was sitting down and he just pulled out his guitar and he played this following song that I'm going to play you. And he let me sing it. And I got, a lot of people gave me the credit for it just because I sang it, but he actually wrote it. But he wrote it, it was like he was sitting there, and Grant had this funny thing, one eye would look that way and one eye would look that way, the more wine that he had. And he was sitting there, he was looking up and there's one eye that way, and he picked up his guitar and he played this following song and sang the words. And afterwards I said, "When did you write that?" And he said, "I just wrote it then." I said, "Like then?" He said, "I just wrote it then." And well, that's what he said. And see what you think. It's called Civil War Lament. It's a very short one. They packed us up in boxes, wooden boxes, and sent us home. Underneath the willow by the river, a milestone. And all you do is carry on. 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 Snowing now, it's winter, it's frozen, and soon you come. I can almost see you and touch you, my little one. And all you do is carry on. 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 Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Grant and I were both, Grant and I were both incredibly obsessed with Bob Dylan. And for a while we'd sort of think of these Dylan lyrics to quote at each other, you know, like, I don't know. Anyway, there's the sort of clever stuff Dylan would come out with, you know, like, the ghost of electricity howls in her bones, stuff like that. Anyway, while Grant and I first met up a few weeks later, out come this Dylan record, and it's got this song that Grant, as the guy who really loved and worshipped Dylan, made him really angry. There was a song called Wiggle Wiggle. And Have you heard that song? And the lyrics were wiggle, wiggle in your dress so tight. Or wiggly, wiggly. Might even be worse. Wiggly, wiggly in your dress so tight. And Grant replaced saying all those other Dylan lyrics. And he would just say that to me. He said, wiggly, wiggly. He was just quoting it at me all the time, like stabbing himself. And me, as he said it, like, look what our great hero has come out with. I'm trying to get one of those clever showbiz things where you link up one subject to another. Because of course now I'm going to give you a little bit of a Dylan song, if that's all right. I did it for the first time the other night in Memo Hall in Melbourne. I said, look, the crowd in Avoca Theatre are very discerning, urbane sort of group. And I just don't want to lay any old tripe on them, you know. I said, so you guys you're just people in St Kilda. You're just fucking guinea pigs really for the Avoca gig. And yeah, wait till I tell Barnesy I sold out Avoca 3 times. And Johnny Diesel and James Rain. They'll all be really upset. Anyway, but look, there's this Dylan song. I've always really liked it, and I realised the other day I could probably, with not a hell of a lot of musical ability, I could probably do a rendition of it. And it's from his Christian phase, but it's such a great song. But there's too many words in the last verse. I just couldn't punch it in to my head. You know, being 70 years old now, you gotta, you know, it wouldn't be much of a headline, 70-year-old singer forgets some of the words. So I'm using it as an excuse, okay? I can't remember all these fucking words, but I do remember 2 verses. There's lots of words and you've got to really rush them to get them in, so I'm working on the 3rd verse. When I come back in 2026, yeah, if I come back in 2026. So, like, I'm going to give you this song, okay? It's Dylan's, he had a very harsh view of things, how it had to be. Anyway, this is a song he wrote for a lady he married, who was one of his backing sisters, backing singers. Wow, that's really super Freudian, that one. One of his backing singers, he married and was married to for a while, and she sort of put him back on the fundamental path for a while. And this is a song he wrote for her, and it's called Precious Angel. Has anyone heard this one before? Precious angel under the sun, how was I to know you'd be the one? Show me I was blind, show me I was wrong. How weak were the foundations I was standing upon. Now the spiritual warfare, flesh and blood breaking down. You got faith, you got unbelief, there ain't no middle ground. But our enemy is subtle, howbeit we are deceived. And God puts faith in our heart and we still don't believe. Shine your light on me. Shine your light on me. You know I just can't make it on my own. I'm a little too blind to see. Now my so-called friend fallen under a spell. They look me in the eye and they say, well, all is well. Can they imagine the darkness that will fall from on high? Men will beg God to kill them, they won't be able to die. Sister, let me tell you about a vision that I saw. You were drawing water for your husband. You were suffering under the law. You were telling him about Buddha. You were telling him about Muhammad in one breath. You never said a word about the man who came and died, the criminal's dead. Shine your light, shine your light on me. Shine your light, shine your light on me. You know I just can't make it on my own. I'm a little too blind to see. Thanks a lot. What do you reckon? Is that one fit for Coffs Harbour? Alrighty. Another person, I almost said cat. Another cat I collaborated with, man. That's what Keith Richard calls everyone. Everyone's, oh, those cats, man. They all fucking love the blues, man, all those cats. That's more like Joe Biden. Yeah, and Keith lasted longer than Joe, too. Another guy, another cat, another fellow I have collaborated with a lot is a guy called Martin Kennedy. Have you ever heard of him?
Yep.
He's got his own thing, he does all indie radio, he makes records, he does music for documentaries. But he and I have made a load of records together over the years. I believe I have some of my merch desk tonight, the latest one, maybe. And he writes all the music, and I just do the singing and I write the words and the melodies and do the singing. And he and I have done some of my favorite collabs. And one of my very favorite songs, if I get a chance, I always try and play it, is a song that he and I wrote together, and it's called Once. I followed you to the ends of this earth, where the hollow go before they're gone. I swallowed your words that I overheard in a shallow slumber. Your number just came up. I call your name, it's bizarre and profane. What do you gain from any of this? I stand by your side, the land that you ride inside. We are the same. Oh, we're going under now. Oh, we're knowing. Wonder now, low and sweet, we're breathing. I am in verse, I'm the best and the worst. I burst before I let you in. You are reverse, cursing your fortune before soon must be mercy. Oh, I'm going under now. Oh, and knowing wonder now, low and sweet. Yeah. Alright. Thanks a lot. At least you've got to say all my songs are short. Okay. Okay, another short song for you. Another geezer I sort of had a collaboration with. Do you all know who Stephen Cummings is? Remember him? You don't? You do? I don't. I'm deaf as a post. It's pointless me really talking to you. Screaming fucking tinnitus. Can you believe it? The tinnitus is louder than you lot out there. If a lady could be saying, "You're the worst fucking thing I've ever seen," I'm going, "Thank you, madam." Yeah, screaming tinnitus all the time. Anyway, back in the 90s, when I was on the old gear, if you know what I mean, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, I met this guy, Stephen Cummings. For some ridiculous reason, he wanted me to produce his record. And he turned up and he said, it's funny, he wrote in this book he wrote, he said, when I turned up, Steve Kilbey was overweight, dressed in a paisley dressing gown, with a Hare Krishna book in one hand and a pint of custard in the other. He said, I opened my front door in Surrey Hills, using the word dishevelled was an understatement. Meanwhile, on the other side of all that, looking out, I see this guy, he's smoking 500 cigarettes and drinking 500 cups of coffee a day. He's like vibrating half into another universe. So you have this clash of agendas, Mr. Sleepy, and what's that? Oh, yeah. There was a female backing singer, she said, I love the way you fall asleep with your boots on. In the studio, I mean, of course. And Stephen, like, really, he's so jumpy. And anyway, I had written this song a few years earlier, and given it the most incredibly pretentious and oblique name, this little song I'd written, I was calling it Plantagenet. And I was offering it to people and saying, I've written this song called Plantagenet. And people went, what? Oh, like, pretentious bastard. Do you know what Plantagenet is? Okay, I'm going to digress a little. When I was a kid, I was watching this English movie made in the 50s. It might have had Elizabeth Taylor in it. And it was the War of the Roses, and one of them was Richard II or the Third, and his last name was Plantagenet. And this woman comes in the room and goes, war, war, war. That's all you boys think of, Dickie Plantagenet. Right? And watching that, I go, fuck. One day I'll write a song called Plantagenet. And anyway, Steve Cummings comes in the back garden where I'm sitting out there. I'm strumming my guitar, I'm singing Plantagenet to himself. And he says, what's that song? I go, oh, it's a song nobody's interested in. He said, what's it called? I said, Plantagenet. He went, oh! He said, why do you call it that? And I went, I got my reasons. And he said, how about, he said, I love that song, can we do it? And I went, yeah. He said, just one thing. He said, what's the one thing you and I have got in common? And I went, fucking not very much. And he said, yes, we were both born on September the 13th. And so the song became known as September 13th and was a bit of a hit. A little bit of a hit. On Triple J played it and everything. I mean, that was 100 years ago. And so there's this song. Can I tell you what this song's about? This is a true story. I had met this girl and I was strangely, I was seeing her and I knew I probably shouldn't, and there was something wasn't really adding up, and I felt like I was being compelled to see her and hang out with her. And one day I said, what's going on? What are you doing? And she said, what do you mean? I said, I know, like, this is far-fetched, but I feel like you've got some kind of spell on me or something. And she went, no, that's ridiculous, Steve. Why would I do that? I don't know. Anyway, she went out shopping, and of course, what do you do when your friends go out shopping? You look through their drawers. you do, don't you? I go around friends' house and go, fuck, I'd love a... I say, I want a gin and tonic, and they say, oh, I got one. I say, yeah, but the only tonic can be Fever-Tree. And then they go, oh fuck. I go, how far's the bottle shop? If they say 15 minutes, I'll say, go on. And then I know I've got 15 minutes to rifle through their drawers. Anyway, I rifled through her drawers, and while she was out, and I found this exercise book, and it said, it was page after page after page saying, you will love me, Steve Kilbey. You will love me, Steve Kilbey. You will love me. And so luckily there was a guitar there. I picked up my guitar and I wrote this little song that I'm going to give you right now. And eventually, after all this strange journey, it ended up as being a song so Steve Cummings and I knew people would know when our birthdays were and they could buy us gifts. Okay, I know it's a bit convoluted, but that's how things are. Alright, so here's this song. It's only very short and sweet, and it's called September 13. Never saw you, magic. Summer me back here. Consequences could be rather tragic. That's a real good trick, my dear. All the time I'm under the impression, riding on the border like an ace. I know you smile, short of my discretion, lost into the desert of your face. Just the other side of disgrace. What you ask for? Don't you always ask for what you get? Now you read the label before you lay the table. You got no cause for regret. All the time I'm under the illusion that it's me who's dealing out the script. You see me come, for my own conclusion. Your anecdotes, they all come forth unripped. But who gave you the sweat that you drank? Okay, where was I? Okay, another short song. They're all short songs, that's good. Another short song that I met this guy called Greg Dooley. Does anybody know who that is? He's got this band called the Afghan Wigs. Have you heard of them?
Yep.
Jesus, I won't bring them to Australia then. The Afghan Wigs, and anyway, he's like he's medium level rock star in America, and he came out to Australia, and we wrote some songs together, and this is one that we wrote, and I wrote the lyrics about him, and when he read them, he said, "Oh, it's all about you." So I guess it's both of us. This one's called Trader Signals. When the rain commandeers what's left of your heart, some trader signals in your head, that's when you know the music won't start, and the ocean has left you for dead. That tiny white star that shone from afar, the dancer you knew in Algiers, the woman with the spell knew you so well, but her magic couldn't turn back the year. Slow down, my friend, oh, I fear the end, with a feeling I cannot reveal, and the booze and the stuff cannot fill me enough, so just leave me with my half of the deal. That brilliant hit, it got you so lit that a candle could never compete. Snow falling down on sanctified ground, life on forever peace. Thanks very much. Alright, to be sort of remiss, was a guy who had such an influence over me more than all of the other, everybody else together. For a little while in my life, when I was 16, I walked in a record shop and I looked on the wall, and there was this guy, there were two guys who seemed to be sitting in a garden, and one guy had this beautiful electric guitar, and his face was white. Both of them had really white faces, like they were Greek tragedians or something. And so it had a massive pre-Raphaelite curls, and the other guy was like, they were dressed in weird clothes, and it was T-Rex. And I bought that album and I devoured it, and I turned from being just a sort of a fan. I love the Beatles, I love the Stones, I love Bob Dylan, but suddenly I was sort of hero worshipping this guy. And I used to tell my dad, Mark Bolan's genius, and he's in Tyrannosaurus Rex, he's a genius, and my dad would say, the only clever thing about that bastard is he can spell Tyrannosaurus. Anyway, be really remiss, I'm going to give you, I play this one all the time, I've been playing it forever. I imagine the last show I ever do in Coffs Harbour, or maybe Sawtell, it would include this song. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. It's called Summer Deep. Summer deep is in the fields again. His lady is a lioness, winds and birds blow through the fields again. Invaders from the true woods. A coat of grapes is on my back again. I ride upon my zebra, pterodactyl be cut under my brow. Truth is like a stranger, be like you could, my friends say. Be like you could, my friends say. Summer deep is in the fields again. This lady is a lioness, winds of birds blow through the fields again. Invaders from the true woods. A coat of grapes is on my back again. I ride upon my zebra, pterodactyl be cut on my brow. The truth is like a stranger, be like you could, all my friends say. Be like you could, all my friends say. Be like you could, all my friends say. Alright, this one doesn't really have an anecdote attached to it, thank God. Just gonna play it. It's called Keeper. Waitress with the short hair stone, she drifts among the table. The old ladies talk like birds, they'd fly if they were able. The coffee has a calming effect. I'm nervous when I travel, red lights and steel works. Let the journey unravel. Keep her, she's a keeper. Sleeper, you should keep her. The wine seems to have sobered me up. My heart is shaking. I'm gonna take my time this time. The time that is taken. There's no charge if you want to top up. The clientele are extras. They juggle their lives and their loves, nicely and dexterous. Keep her, she's a keeper. Sleeper, you should keep her. The speed seems to have slowed me down. We talk about William from Glide, the names of the towns go past. I'm trying on the wrong side. Keep her, she's a keeper. Sleeper, you should keep her. Thank you. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of recording in Gosford at fantastic Damien Gerard Studios, and when the Church made their album just recently, like a few years back, we did it in Damien Gerard Studios in West Gosford, but we stayed in Copacabana. How cool, I thought that you'd love that beat. In America, if we said something like that, they'd go, yeah! Yes. Oh, you got cheering. All right, cheering, yeah. Cheering. When you mention a local place, you're supposed to cheer and clap and feel validated. Some fucking pop star passed through your suburb. In Copacabana, yeah, we stayed there and we drove and we had breakfast. And I went to Terrigal and Charmhaven. All right, I guess that's enough of that. Anyway, where was I going? Okay, sorry, mate. I made a little solo album that got 9-star reviews in England, right? Out of 100. I said England, I didn't say New Zealand. In England, I was validated by getting a good review in England. Anyway, I'm going to give you some tracks off my album called 11 Women that was recorded in West Gosford on the What about that sign, the legendary Central Coast? Have you seen that sign when you're coming in from Sydney? Welcome to the legendary Central Coast. Oh, it's pretty cool. I don't know about legendary. Where I live, Coogee, that's legendary. No, it's not really. Alright, I would move up here, but I see the median price of a house in Avoca is like $9 million. So I'm slumming down and slumming in Coogee a few more years. Alright, so I'm going to give some tracks off 11 women each. And not only that, the wonderful graphic designer who did the cover, she's with us tonight. Anya Mono. Yes, and she's a local girl now, I've forgotten her suburb, but if I knew it, there'd be a big cheer, I'm sure. It's quite posh, and I'm quite envious. I wish my dad, if she does collages, I wish my dad had got me a Stanley knife and some magazines instead of a fucking bass guitar. And maybe I'll be living in style. Alright, enough of that. Getting myself back together, playing my song. This first song is the first song on the album, and it's called Puppy Byron. Puppy Byron, can you feel her pull? The 19th century made out of wool. Percy, please come along for the ride. Puppy Byron, what's it feel like inside? Mary Shelley was watching the telly. On SBS it was a mandarin. Snake on his belly, an eel in his jelly. Puppy Byron is feeling me. Instead, my head says Gene. Puppy Byron, now she's on her yacht. Puppy Byron, she's giving what she's got. The tiger with the golden eye. Puppy Byron, what's it feel like inside? What's it feel like inside? Thanks a lot. I had the terrible misfortune of seeing that Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix. It looked so good on paper, and then they fucking blew it. There's a reason I'm saying this. I'm not just trying to be a movie critic. Though if you know Margaret Pomerantz, tell her I'm available. I'd give it a bit of edge, I reckon, if I was there. Sort of with my legs crossed, going, yes, Margaret. I felt it was man's basic inhumanity to man, and I really enjoyed the intermission. And the reason I'm mentioning Napoleon is because this next song is called Josephine. Okay? Yeah, there's a reason. I'm not just a mad old guy rambling on stage with stuff that doesn't connect up. There's a reason for all of this. The pavements are all dripping wet since the tempest hit this town, and the tarot cards were right. stocks have all come down. The cold and heaving ocean, so angry and so green. We'll have some wine and roses, yes, but not tonight. Josephine, the gates are open, the gates are closed, all the creatures all run through, and the violets are all red, the roses are all blue. The solitary heron on the sky upon the screen. We'll have some wine and roses, yes, but not tonight. Josephine, the surfers in their wetsuits, the bakers with their dough, and the dogs are in their cat suits, and the cats are lying low. I'm in a place a million miles between. We'll have some wine and roses, yeah, not tonight. Josephine, I wish that you were with me now, then you would plainly see. Lord, I was a man for you, and you were a girl for me. When you left me sleeping, and you walked out of my dream, have some wine and roses, yes, but not tonight. Josephine, we'll have some wine and roses, yes, but not tonight. Josephine. All right. I've got 3 more songs. We're going to have a little break. Is that okay? Please go out and buy my merchandise and make me rich beyond my wildest dreams. I have loads of pretentious products out there you could possibly give to your enemies to make them really angry. For Easter, give them one of my pretentious CDs and oh no, I hate him! Happy Easter, mother. So, yeah, listen, when I was writing 11 Women, one day I was sitting down and I started getting this memory of a previous life in which I had been a young Irish. I was living in Ireland, and I was sort of a bit of an oaf. And one night one day, and maybe 300 or 400 years ago. It's hard to, memories. These memories you pass by, they don't come with a fucking little thing that says Dublin 1523. I was just getting this vague idea. I was living in Ireland. I still got this impression of myself, this big, sort of strong, sort of handsome fellow, but a bit of a thug and a rat bag. Pretty much like I am now. And I'm not so big and strong, but just a rat bag. Anyway, one day this person who was sort of me is walking through the market square to join his fine fellows who are sort of having an ale, and he walks along and this old lady gets in the way and he sort of knocks her over, and she looks up and goes, "You're a very rude young man." And this guy, he says, "Oh, whatever." But he didn't say whatever because they didn't say that. Whatever really only came out in about 1995, I think. I mean, we always had the word whatever, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, he said that, you know, what would a thug in Ireland in 18 or 1570 said? You know, oh, mother, you know, get back, you know, whatever. And he said, he walked over to his companions, and the companions go, oh, no. I'm like, what's wrong? Don't you know who that was? I go, who was it? Who? That lady who just pushed over. Who's that? And they said, that was Doris McAllister. So I wrote this song about the whole thing. Memory leaves, taste in your mouth. All of the trees are hungry for you. The darkness has made for you. Doris McAllister with her books and her plans. You never should have embarrassed her. That was a dumb chance to take. Come to the Sabbath, Lady Satan is there. I've never sort of walked down the street. I've always had a bad feeling here. I never should have let you go. I didn't know I'd disappear. Doris McAllister with black hat and black cat. You never should have threatened her. You'll pay a high price for that. Doris McAllister lives in a wood. Doris McAllister up to no good. Please, baby, please, don't leave me here in this ditch. 'Cause Doris McAllister runs from a terrible wish. Doris McAllister with her books and her spells. She's such a fucking character. Now she's got you by the bells. By the bells. By the bells. Right. Yeah, I don't want to meet her again. My wonderful album, 11 Women, which was recorded in, you know, you don't have to cheer anymore, in, you know, West Westfield. And was designed by my friend Mono, who lives in that other illustrious suburb I can't quite remember. It's definitely in this legendary Central Coast. And so it's, you know, it's really fitting that this is all happening at Avoca Beach Theatre. And this is the last song on the album. It's another short one. They're all short. And this one's called Think of You. full of memory. The ship went down to the bottom of the sun. Broke through, and I think of you. The days are short as we slip into winter. Painted stars on an obsidian sky. The people are lost, we all lose in the end, but my payout is due, and I think of you. There's no rhythm, there's no rhyme, no melody, there's no beat, no revolution coming along to sweep you off your feet. Pick up the pieces, sweep them away. Keep God close in your heart every day. Look for the light under the bushel, and your dream will come true. And I think of you. May your wish still come true. And I think of you. All right. Hopefully that was an hour. Is it 9 o'clock now? What's the time now? So I've got no idea. It's what? Oh, still can't hear. Okay. All right. Well, I'm over time. I'm just going to give you one more. I wrote this song. I have this manager during the big, during the what do they say? Back in the day, I had this big shop manager. He was this Italian guy. And one day I was sitting in my room brooding over how the band never seemed to have any money, and I rang him up and I said, "Can I ask you some questions?" He went, "Yes, go ahead." And I said, "You take 20% commission, right?" He said, "Yes, I do. How clever you are." And I said, "And we make this is back in 1988. I said, "We make like 20 grand a night." He went, "Yes, you do." And I said, "And you take 20% of that?" He said, "Yes, I do." I said, "Well, that's $4,000, isn't it?" And he went, "Very good at mathematics, aren't you?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "And we play like 6 nights a week." He said, "Correct." I said, "Hang on, that's $24,000. And he went, "Yes." And I said, "You get $24,000 a week, and I get $800 a week." And he said, "You don't understand showbiz." You see how naive and stupid? Oh, I didn't understand. Of course he gets 24K and I get $800. And that made perfect sense. Anyway, finally, he was like, look, I hate to say this. Okay, I'm going to couch this in another way. Managers, I found, are like spouses. And when you meet them, they always say, "If you want to split up from me, I won't take anything off you. I wouldn't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you." And I thought, oh yeah, that's pretty cool when we split up. Guess what? When we split up from me, he fucking took everything. After still commissioning at that rate, he still, when we left, he took more. And so don't ever believe that one, will you? Anyway, a long time after I wrote this little song about him, I'm going to give you this song and then we're going to have a break and I'm going to come back and give you all the church numbers. Go out and buy my freaking merchandise, please. And this is a song I wrote about this geezer and it's called Limbo. You ate up the prophets, you corrupted the saints, exhausted resources made us ashamed. Hollywood won't touch you with a pole. Jesus does not love you. Lucifer does not want your soul. You made a mistake, no one will forgive you. Servants you love to dismiss, all will outlive you. You set us against each other, thought it was clever. What a fiasco. Well, I never. Hollywood won't touch you with a pole. Jesus does not love you. Lucifer does not want your soul. You made a mistake, no one will forgive you. Servants you love to dismiss, all will outlive you. You're such a big baby, you're such an old man. Thanks for the memories, why don't you scrap? Alright, I bet when he heard the word scram he was really frightened. After all that, and then ended on scram. Oh well. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I've had a real blast so far. I'm going to go outside where all the models and cocaine and bunny rabbits are. And yeah, I've got a new rabbit, my own rabbit. It's called Warren Burroughs. You like that? I'll be back and I'm going to give you the church, alright? Stay tuned, same back channel, okay? I'll be back.